Howdy folks, George Shively back with you on another Tiara. This is a 2005 30-foot Tiara that's got some original Raymarine gear in it. Up on the top left there you see a graphic, basically a data display, and then an older Raymarine VHF radio, very common RL80C there in the center for radar and chart plotter. Then up in the corner there is an older Simrad autopilot, an AP11, which is a great pilot, but just getting long in the tooth and it has failed. So there is no support left for that autopilot, as it is considered obsolete. Of course, the same thing with the RL80C. So we've gotten to a point here on this boat where as things start to get quite a bit older, it's time to refit the boat. So that's what we're going to do. I just kind of wanted to give you a initial look here of how things are and what they look like, and of course we'll check back in with you as we make some progress. But again, thanks so much for watching our videos. We appreciate it. Hopefully it shows you what we're capable of and how we can turn some things around and make them look not only real nice but function well and be easy to use. So stay tuned and we'll be back with you with more information. Okay, thanks very much. Howdy folks, back on the Tiara with you. Just kind of want to show you what the helm looks like here. We've got the old autopilot RL80C and the graphic and VHF radio out. And most of the wiring has been removed as well. We've noticed that the top of the gauge panel, where all the gauges, that's not quite level. Brought this to the owner's attention, so what we're going to end up doing is pushing that a little up like that and make that level, because if we don't do that, everything we do down here is going to look a bit squirrely. So we're going to push that up and make that level, and I think it's going to bring everything else to look just a little bit nicer. We can show you the back of the helm here. A lot of the wiring has been removed. We still have a few items here. But we've kind of cleaned up the back of the helm a lot. What we had was going to the helm A, B, and C here. That is where all the connections were going as far as power. And that's not a bad thing, but the way it was done was just kind of not very neat. So what we're going to do is, as we've done in the past, is come off that connection there as well as our DC ground and bring a fuse block up to this area, and we're going to then label everything and make it very clear and have one central place where there's a power connection. It'll just make it nicer going forward. So we were able to reuse the existing transducer, which is great. Boat didn't have to be hauled. We have our interface box right here, which allowed us to do that, and we're looking good. So just kind of wanted to give you a quick view here of how things are looking, and we'll be back soon. Stay tuned. Howdy folks, back on the Tiara with you. Just kind of wanted to show you what the initial new layout is going to look like. We made our new panel and painted it, including the screws, so it blends in and matches the existing Tiara gray nicely. ICOM VHF with GPS on the starboard side, of course 7612 XSV, and the Furuno Nav Pilot 711C. If we go to the back here, I've just started the wiring on the Nav Pilot. That's just started that, so I've got a ways to go on that. Have the transducer run to the Garmin, and really no other wiring done at this point. We've got to get in our main power to our fuse block so that everything can be individually fused and labeled, importantly. And we've got to get our NEMA 2000 bus in the helm as well. So just kind of want to show you initially what we're looking at here. Just got the new panel in and everything mounted and squared up, and it's looking nice. So as you remember, there was the old Ray gear that was in here, and this is a perfect example, folks, of what I talk about not necessarily matching bezels but getting good equipment. I mean, when it comes to VHF radios or VHF or communications in general, I mean, ICOM's fantastic equipment. Marine, amateur, military. I mean, it's great stuff. When it comes to chart plotters, and even now radar, Garmin, fantastic stuff. Garmin for the first time won the 2018 NMEA, was 2017, anyway, the most recent radar of the year. Garmin won. That had been won by Furuno for ever. So Garmin is, by all accounts, a major contender. And then as far as the autopilot goes, the Nav Pilot 711, I mean, it's a great pilot. It just works. Okay, now they have slightly different bezels, but you know, it's all integrated. It's seamless to the captain. So as long as the stuff works well, you know, yeah, you want it to somewhat match. I mean, you don't want a white radio on the starboard side, but you know, you've got great gear from, you know, a manufacturer that's what they do. Howdy folks, back with you for a last look here at the Tiara. Everything turned out real well. You'll notice that the microphone is not mounted on the starboard side. I want to consult with the owner and see if he wants that mounted on the front, or if there's another location he'd like to have that. But everything's good. Got the gauge panel corrected for being level, and we'll take a peek here behind the helm and show you what that looks like. Everything's very neat, very clean, organized. Still have a wire tie to put on that one. But you'll notice inside the helm here that everything is very neat, very clean. Everything's wrapped tightly and just organized. So our NEMA 2000 network is labeled as always. Let's put our cover on for the fuse. The fuse panel is properly indicated, so we know what's what there. So save for a wire tie there and there, we're done, and it's working very well, and everything's very neat and clean and working well. The little GPS patch antenna that you see there, that is for the VHF radio. ICOM does not include a built-in antenna inside the radio, so they give you a little patch antenna that is for the internal VHF, or internal GPS, excuse me, with the VHF radio. So that's what that is for. So anyway, just giving you kind of a final look here on how things turned out. As always, if you'd like to get in touch with us, 216-407-6553 is our telephone number, and you can always reach us too at email at South Shore Marine Electronics at oh.rr.com. Thanks very much for watching. Bye-bye.